Hey guys, so I made a video about how I got my IT job, and I also made a video on a cybersecurity roadmap, right? Now I want to make sure you guys know this, right? In any job you decide to pick, experience, hands-on experience actually doing the craft, actually doing the job is going to be the number one thing you need. Degrees, certifications, all these different things are just credentials. After you take a course, you learn you're supposed to have a certain amount of knowledge. Now you get a certification, a degree, just showing that you completed this course or these courses, that you have an idea of what's going on and you're ready to start getting your hands dirty, get your feet wet. Hands-on experience is going to always be the number one thing you want. Doesn't matter what. Can you get a job with no hands-on experience? Yes, because I have done it. I've done it straight up. In my last video, I was trying to tell you guys, like, my bosses told me straight up it wasn't because you have no degrees, because I didn't have a degree. It's not because you know about computers and you have the most hands, because I didn't have no hands-on a real work experience, right? I didn't have no real work experience, but they saw that I wanted to learn, and it was like, hey, we could teach you on the job. We could teach you on the job. As long as you come with that same drive you showing me in this interview, we could teach you on the job, and I got the job. You can without hands-on, right? If you're a willing person to learn, yes, you do not need no degrees, no certifications, no nothing. When I made this roadmap video for you guys, I was trying to show you guys where I would start to learn, so you could kind of be familiar. When you're around people, you can have a conversation and know what they're talking about when they say TCP IP, or they talk about DNS, or they say, hey, you ever used Netcat before? You know what's going on, right? Versus just jumping out the door and you don't know what is going on. You don't understand the terms or anything, but you can. If you're working on getting hands-on, I would tell anyone, if you're trying to get into IT or cybersecurity, I would tell everyone to make sure you try to work on hands-on experience straight out the gate. As soon as you know that's what you want to do, try to work on it. But now you have to understand that even if you have top tier skills, how do these people know you have top tier skills if you don't find a way to showcase it? You have to be able to showcase it, right? This is where doing projects, making sure you record these projects. Me, I have my portfolio on Wix. You could find a different site or however you want to get it. You could even use GitHub, or you could do different things to have a portfolio, or you could have these different examples on the things that you have completed and accomplished, right? So if you're doing different projects, if you do 5 different projects, if you created an incident response plan, for example, right? You're trying to get into cybersecurity, you created an incident response plan. You need to make sure you put that response plan together, and then you also want to make sure you add it to your portfolio. You did not go to school per se. You probably used YouTube and research and hands-on, but you have a portfolio with these different projects, these different things that you did. Maybe you built a home lab and you connected a couple devices to it, and you integrated it with a SIEM tool so you could track what's going on, or whatever the case may be. Maybe you configured a firewall, right? You track that, take screenshots, put the project together showing detailed examples of what you're doing. You could do it in a video format too. Hey guys, I'm working on a firewall today. This is what's going on. Da, 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 da. This is how I'm putting it together, right? And you have these different things in a portfolio in on a certain platforms where you could add the link to your resume or whatever the case may be, and these hiring managers could find your stuff. If you have the hands-on and you know how to relay that information to people and showcase it to people, you don't need a degree or certification. Now, certain jobs, they do require you to get certain certifications, and they'll say, hey, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days of getting the job, we would like you to get this certification. Get it, right? But not every job is looking for that, right? They're not looking for you to necessarily just get certification. Now, my job, they do ask, my boss does ask us to study for different certifications just to keep our skills sharp, right? Keep your skills sharp, you keep learning, right? But hands-on is going to be the best thing because nobody can't beat you if you know what you're doing. Nobody can replace you, and they have to acknowledge your skill, especially if you know how to articulate it, you know how to showcase it and break it down. Man, this guy really good at what he does for real, for real. That is one of my biggest that is one of my biggest recommendations. Work on hands-on, and once you work on those things, every project you put together, just try to put together different projects and just put it together in a portfolio. And when you put your resume together, you can add the link to it. You can add this, break it down into the resume. And then when you're writing your cover letter or your introduction on your resume or whatever, even if you didn't have 5 years of actual work experience, if you have 5 years of experience with the tool in general, articulate it so they know you didn't have actual working for a company, but I have 5 years of experience working with this, doing these different things, whatever the case may be, and you break it down how you need to. And then when you do all of that, hit them up with a follow-up call, hit them up with a follow-up email. Hey, I'm just checking in on my resume that I put in with you guys. Da 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 da. You follow up, you show interest. That's how I got my job too. I showed interest. I put the resume in like the same day, next day. I probably waited like a couple hours or probably the next day. I reached out, checking in on my resume. By the time I did that, I think the same day or the next day, I got an email from the recruiter, and that was it, showing the intention, you working with intention. You want to do this, and you always have to keep to yourself. You always have to keep in mind that these people that are hiring you, they had to start somewhere too. So don't never get discouraged. They didn't know everything they know right now. Someone had to give them a chance to get in. And some people, they hold on to that, and they just looking for someone that shows drive, shows discipline. And going to school is very hard and a lot of discipline, but just as much as going to school and doing all these things are a lot of discipline, taking the time out your day to teach your own self how to do something hands-on is also a lot of discipline too. You feel me? People going to respect that. They going to respect it. My biggest thing, get hands-on. I'm going to say this every time. Every time I get a chance to say it, I'm going to say it. Listen, no matter how much certifications I tell someone to get, or no matter, even if I tell you you can get a job without experience, which you can, I will say the number one most valued thing out of hands-on or work experience and certifications and degree is going to be hands-on, by far, for sure. Then certifications, then degrees. But hands-on gonna always be number one. The problem is I don't think a lot of people know how to articulate and put their stuff together so they can showcase it. Try your best to don't just work on something and be like, I work on it and leave it. No, work on it, put it together in a PowerPoint presentation format, whatever the case may be, however you want to put it, and lock that in as a project and put that in your portfolio. Then you work on something else. You put that in your portfolio and you just work like that. If you're working with Intune, you know how to do certain things, how to create or how to add devices in Intune. You know how to add devices in Intune, you know how to do these different things. You could break that down, create a project for that, add that in your portfolio. When you start telling them you have 5 years, 6 years, 3 years experience, 2 years experience working with these different tools, and now they pull up their portfolio, they're like, oh yeah, for real, he actually did this, he's breaking this down. Let's give him a chance. And after they give you a chance, the worst they could do is what? Get rid of you. That's on you now. They took the chance on you, now it's on you to keep it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. Again, always comment, comment your thoughts, your experiences, and see you guys in the next one.